y'all, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do the third part of our series on boondocking, and this one is for Bryce and Zion.
And it's the final boondocking episode.
Not that we're never going to do it again, but
we ain't doing it this week.
We actually didn't do it this week.
Stay put and we'll be back. Alright, so spoiler alert, we didn't boondock those two. We actually found the area. It's a nice area. There's enough room for, 50, 80 sites to boondock in.
Yeah.
We didn't do it. It's too hot, too dusty,
there's other reasons. Like what we did was this time we got there and got a campground booked so that we could scout. So we could scout the area.
Yep.
Mistake number one, because we got super cozy there and then we didn't want to leave. So
that's it in a nutshell.
But when we went out looking, so we were here a year ago and it was totally different. There was boondocking everywhere. So in the last year, the area has just exploded. There is no less than 10 probably RV campgrounds under construction currently.
Yeah, and all the boondocking spots that we found last year on BLM land, I don't know if they leased the land to somebody else or if they sold the land, but there are actual housing developments being built on the places that we were expecting to find boondocking. So with all that said, we found one really good spot off Highway 9.
Yeah.
Sheep's Bridge Road.
Right.
It's a very smooth road, very well maintained. Some of the spurs off of it were a little bumpy, but not enough to cause concern with a fifth wheel. Now, if you follow Sheep's Head Road all the way to where it basically terminates, it runs into 59 that heads to, what was the name of that? Kanab.
Yeah.
So it's a through street between 59 and 9.
Yeah.
The bad thing is that off 9, there's one little road, and that road's about that big. And if you turn into it, you think you're turning into the construction entrance to
a
neighborhood.
Yeah.
So it's easy to miss. We missed it twice.
Yeah.
But
Sheep's Bridge Road.
Now, along 59, once you pass Sheep's Bridge Road, there are some other boondocking places on the left and right that would make for outstanding camping, but they're really just not that close to Zion and definitely not that close to Bryce.
Right. But we did go to Bryce and Zion.
Yes.
They were both beautiful. We did the shuttle this time at Zion instead of driving ourselves because one, we have a dually now and we would have had to have a special permit to go through the tunnel.
Yeah, and I don't understand that. They say anything over 8 feet wide. Well, the dually's 8 feet.
Yeah.
So I don't know why they wanted to charge me more money to go through the tunnel, but that's neither here nor there.
But if you like hiking, you do a lot of hiking, the shuttle is a great option.
Well, let's get into that. All 5 of the parks in Utah.
Yeah.
If you're a hiker, it's where you need to be.
Yeah.
If you're not a hiker, the only one that I would go see would be Bryce.
Well, or Zion if you didn't have a dually. Because last year we just fell in love with Zion on that road.
Yeah,
through the bridge, through the mountain.
I didn't necessarily care for the shuttle service because it only stopped at 8 different places, 9 different.
I didn't care for it at all either. It was just, and you can't see
out.
The window's very good. It was just not a great.
And here's the thing: if you're in your own vehicle, you can't take the same road that the shuttle goes on, and the shuttle doesn't take the same road that the vehicles are on.
Right.
But the road that the vehicles are on, you can stop in pullouts and see all that you want to, all the way up to the tops of the mountains.
You can hike on that too. So
you can hike on it. We did it last year.
Yeah.
So if I were going to do Zion a third time, I'd rent a car.
Yeah, rent a Jeep or something.
Yeah.
That would be the best.
And then we would do our own thing.
Or you could do your e-bikes, but honestly, there's a lot of hills.
I wouldn't do an e-bike. E-bike's not gonna. You can't get enough E out of that e-bike to make it up some of them hills.
Yeah, it's pretty steep. But this was our first time ever Bryce, and man, it is. The only word that I could come up with when we first got there and saw it was, "This is the most peaceful place I've ever been."
It really was.
It was just so quiet and so.
It was like a
majestic.
library, but they put a forest in it.
Yeah.
It wasn't overly crowded. All the other ones, they had way too many damn people. But hands down, of the 5, we liked Bryce the most. By the time we made it to the very end of it, they still had places that had 5-6 feet of snow.
It was crazy. It was as tall as Clay.
Yeah.
And it was. Stella played in the snow. She had a blast. It was incredible to see that much snow still in May. And it was like, what, 70, 80 degrees down in the
bottom.
We left.
In the bottom, it was like 71. And by the time we got up to the top, it was
like 55.
No, it was below that. It was between 49 and 51.
Anyway.
Felt good.
Yeah, it did. Felt great, but it was just crazy that you're walking out around in short sleeves and maybe a jacket, but there was just snow everywhere. It's beautiful though.
If you like Hutus or hoodoos or whatever they're called, they're all over Bryce.
Yeah.
A lot of the walking that you walk around the rim and everything is really nice, flat, smooth concrete. It's just I liked it better than the other 4, and
yeah, it's our new favorite.
Yeah. In Utah.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
With that said, I think that's it. We're going to go get something to eat because we got to hit the road due to South Dakota being...
Yeah, if you don't know about that, go back and watch Tuesday's video because we got some news.
We got kicked out of South Dakota, so we're having to leave Page to go to Texas to re-register everything.
Yeah, so now we're going to be domiciling in Texas.
In Texas. And we may document that if we're not in too bad of a mood. But y'all like this, share it.
As Todd would say, be a doer of all things.
Yeah. Now, seriously, if you're on your TV, it's up arrow, right, enter. That checks the like button. We need those because if you don't do it, it doesn't share it to other people.
Right.
And
we're like this close to our goal.
And after this $1,200 fuel bill we're about to rack up. Hey, Maverick, we need some sponsorship.
Yeah.
Our loves.
Yeah, we're about to make how many hour drive? 25?
It's 20 hours by car, so by RV time, somewhere between 20 and 30 hours.
And I feel like we just did that. Yeah, like 3 weeks ago, we just did that across the country, but now we're going to go back.
Because we're flexible.
Yes. One good thing about RV life is you get to be flexible, but you also got to be flexible. Anyway, so that wraps up this week's video on the 3rd part to our boondocking series. 3rd and final part to our boondocking series, and we'll see you next week, hopefully, on our road less traveled, or our road more traveled.
Or the road we keep traveling on.
Yeah. God, let me...
The last...
Hey y'all, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about the 3rd and final series of... Hey y'all. I'm in such a good mood. I'm in such a good mood. It's really helping. I just spoiled it, but you can if you want to.
Alright, so spoiler alert. I said spoiler.
He said spoiler.
Alright, so spoiler. Damn it. Now you got me missaying it.
Okay.
So today we're going to have the piss poor attitude.
And
after dinner we're going to be sunshine and perfume while we head to Texas.